So Arsenal have gone to Vini Jr. and his agent, Roc Nation, which is owned by Jay-Z, right? And they've had to pitch the personal terms and the whole package. And those personal terms have been agreed. So you could say Arsenal got 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one. Hit me. Good morning. What has happened on my screen? That's been translated. It should say good morning. Giggity, giggity, giggity champions. Wala la 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 bomba. Big bumper bomber edition this morning. That's not what's come up on the screen. God damn that translation. Let's try again. Yeah, nice. Effed it all up. Well, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Because it's Saturday. It's Saturday, the 1st of August. Pinch punch, first of the month, no returns of any kind, right? Yeah? Okay, I got in there first, no returns of any kind. Anyway, good morning to you. How are you all? I'm Edwin Ash. This is the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. We are live. It's Saturday. We got a big bomber, a big Vinny bomber on the show this morning. We're going to talk about that, of course. We got Bruno news. Of course, we're going to dunk on some donuts. We got a Champions Countdown. We got some Arsenal news. We got a little revisit to the World Cup watch. Why? Well, because Gianni Infantino is a... Anyway, and most importantly, your big ass opinions. Of course, it's about your big ass opinions. It's the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show, Big Ass Breakfast Show. We need big ass opinions, and we want you to get involved. And the way that you can do that in any way, shape, or form, you can get involved with us on the old socials at Big Ass Brekkie on TikTok, at Big Ass Brekkie on X, at Big Ass Breakfast on Instagram. Please do.
Lizzle and subscrizzle.
Lizzle and subscrizzle. Like and subscribe. It does help the show grow. It does push the algorithm. It does get us a few more eyes so people can come and join the chat and have a lovely, lovely chat with the people that are already in the chat this morning. And first out the gate was Scud. Good morning to Scud. Oh, I'm going to pass out. He says, good morning, Arsenal champions. It's 9 a.m. podcast, but still has transfer bollocks, unfortunately. Hey, the other day, Scud, you said you were interested in the transfer bollocks that revolved around Vini Jr. So, come on. This is good transfer bollocks. Today is top quality transfer bollocks we're going to be discussing today. Top-notch, tier 1 transfer bollocks. Nice, shaven, perfectly spherical, soft, smooth transfer bollocks for you. G-Dog is here. Good morning to G-Dog. Oh! G-Dog says, yes, it's my birthday. Sunny day, summer, links to huge players. Life is good, baby. Happy birthday to you, G-Dog. I would never ask a gentleman his age, but how old are you, man? How old are you? What are you like? 21, 22, 50, 98? How old are you? Happy birthday. Many happy birthdays. Many happy birthdays. Yes, many happy birthdays. The Scutters say the same. Happy birthday. Robin is here. He says, morning champions, I may have to eat humble pie if Vini Jr. actually comes to Arsenal. And I will be baking that pie, Robin, driving it to your house and saying, here it is. Eat up that humble pie, my friend. And if it doesn't happen, you're going to have to bake one, bring it around to my house and go, have that humble pie. I told you it wasn't going to happen. So, yeah. Anyway, Gunner is here. He says, good morning, Gunners. Arsenal 6-0, Girona incoming. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight. And we have a newbie in the chats.
Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam.
Yeah, Patsy Mwanza, good morning to you. How are you? Thank you for getting involved in the chat. What's on your mind? Stick around. Have a lovely, 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 lovely chat. Andrew Savage is here. The Savage Man says hello, everyone. And Neil, of course. Neil has arrived. That gave me an opportunity to get rid of my gum. He says, morning, Babs champs. Just dropping in to say hi. Dropping in? Can you not stay, Neil? What's going on? What's going on? You got some big plans? What big plans could you have? That's bigger than the big transfer bomber around like Vini Jr. Come on. Robin says, Ed? Question mark. I don't know what he's asking me, but good morning to you, Robin. 38, G-Dog. 38 candles for G-Dog today. Very, very, very happy birthday to you. Wildy is here. Let's say good morning to Wildy as well. He says, morning, all gooners. Real big bomber today. One of our local posties put out pictures of himself with Mark Cucurella and his World Cup medal. He lives in the next village. I saw this. So there is, yeah, this is going around, it's doing around. It's a lovely story about Mark Cucurella, who I've always said, I've always liked him. Always thought he was a nice guy. No, on the pitch, he's a shitbag, isn't he? But off the pitch, generally, for a while now, he's got a lot going on in his life, Mark Cucurella. I think he's a lovely guy. His wife seems lovely. Check it out. If you want to know the story, he seems like a proper nice guy. And this photo's going around today of a postie who is wearing Cucurella's medal because he asked him, I think. Did he ask him? You tell us, Wilder, you got the inside track. He said, can I wear your medal? He said, yeah, sure. So he's got the World Cup medal around his neck. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. What else we got? An update from Gunnar quickly, and then we'll move on. It says, first time I'm watching this when I'm actually going to have a brekkie on the way to Barmouth in Shropshire, Shrewsbury. Oh, say hello to the Shrewsbury crew. I know quite a few people in Shrewsbury. Don't ask me why, but I do. So say hello to everyone there when you get there. And G-Dog says, come on, like the stream, people, please do. Yeah, please do like the stream as I put my teeth in. Really struggling with the words this morning. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's start with a tiny bit of Arsenal news, which is we have a game. We have a game. That's the big Arsenal news. We have a game tonight, 7 p.m, kicking off the pre-season. Starts against Girona in Girona. It's Girona versus Arsenal at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. kickoff time, British summer time. Summertime. I will be watching it. I paid. You guys have missed out on this. If you haven't got it in already, Arsenal were offering a special deal for all the games of $9.99 for all 4 preseason games. That's Girona. Who's next? Oh, I can't even remember. Girona, Dortmund, Como. Dortmund and Como are the Emirates Cup ones. What's next? Someone tell me. Put it in the chat. There's another one. And yeah, they were offering them for £9.99. I think the deadline was this morning at 9 a.m. So if you haven't bought that offer, I think it's $6.99 per game. I am going to watch them because I kind of have to, really. I never used to watch the preseason friendlies, really. I do remember watching one in a really dodgy stream back in 2004, it would have been, when Henri scored an absolutely incredible goal. I think it was against Celtic, and really like fuzzy. It looked like I was watching a football match through a pair of tights. That's how bad the quality of stream was back in those days. But I did pay for it, was legit, and I thought, you know, I'm never going to do this again. Fast forward 20 odd years, but doing it again. Okay, let's go. Let's do Scuddly. Hold on to your butts.
Transfer bollocks.
Okay. Let's start with the Bruno news first. Oh, look what I've left on the bloody screen there. I've left on the hand of Arsenal. But there we go. So I'm just going to give you a little order of what happened during the day yesterday. A little bit of a run through the Bruno stuff. The latest on the Bruno. Now, Tom Canton posted, Newcastle sources are denying there has been any agreement in principle today. As reported yesterday, through intermediaries, things are, however, understood to be progressing. 80 million is sensed to be the magic number. Add-ons in the structure key. So despite, and there was even more. There was loads of, I can't even be bothered to put the Newcastle journalists out there at the moment because it's just so silly, isn't it? And they're just like, it went from he's back in training on Friday, right? That was earlier in the week. It's like, no, he's due to fly out on Sunday. Yes, he's due to go, but most people are believing that he's probably not going to go. That it's probably going to get wrapped up. He's not going to end up going on, joining up with them. I think they're going to Spain, La Manga as well, Newcastle. Ray, are you there? Tell us. And it's just constant. Newcastle going, yeah, he's due to do this. He has to do that. Blah, 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 and everything's going on in the background. It's like comical Ali, if you remember, during the Second Gulf War. Yeah, everything's fine. And you see like the USA tanks rolling in the background. Like, no, we've got it all under control. It's hilarious. Anyway, further to that, Isan Khan over at the Daily Mail said, I understand that Arsenal have reserved a date next week for the possibility of Bruno Guimarães' medical at London Colney. Agreement in principle is 77 million plus add-ons. Contract not signed yet and finer details to sort, but a deal is close now. Next 48 hours is crucial. And then underneath that, I've got this guy called Hugo Guillemette, who is like the in the know for Lyon. Obviously, Bruno used to play for Lyon. There might be a sell-on fee, actually. That's only just occurred to me. There might even be a sell-on fee for Lyon. Maybe that's why he's so interested in this Bruno deal. But he's a Lyon like in the know source guy, very, very well trusted. And Hugo has said, agreement in principle is valid between Arsenal and Newcastle for 90 million euros. For Bruno Guimarães, I'm going slightly Mexican now. Hey, some details remain to be settled. Some details remain to be settled regarding bonuses and commissions. As announced on July the 9th, the Brazilian has already said yes until 2031 to the Gunners. Woo, okay. Okay. Let's just check if anyone's got any Bruno chat. I'm looking in the chat. Has anyone got any Bruno chat? Oh, well, I mean, Wildy's given us an update on the postie with Cucurella's medal. He said one of the Gooners I watch Arsenal games with goes to the same golf club, and he is a generally decent guy. Now he no longer plays for the Now he no longer plays for the Blue Bar Stewards, and helped the RGs cry. I can like him again. Yeah, I can get on board with that. I can get on board with that until we face Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions. Atletico Madrid is here. He says, "What's up, Arsenal fans?" He says, "Newcastle got Dortmund dirty." Why? What happened? Oh, Robin says, "Just got my Arsenal pass for the games." How much is it now, Robin? Is the $9.99 expired? Let us know. Let us know. Okay. Here we go then. Here we go. The Vinny stuff. Now, I'm going to go through some bits and pieces that I think are quite key. Now, this was getting released throughout the day, and then Hand of Arsenal released a big bomber last night at 10 o'clock. But there's some bits here and there from trusted sources, aggregators, and so on and so forth. So the first one on your screen here is Arsenal are willing to wait and sign Vini Jr. for free next season, but ideally they would like to sign him now. This came from Fred Caldera and Data Football, two guys connected to Madrid or the good sources, right? From here on in, I'm just going to say good sources, presumed good sources, okay? So that was the story, that they will wait. Arsenal will wait and get him on a free, okay? Now, not long after that, out came a post from Marca, which is the newspaper mouthpiece, literally for Real Madrid. They are practically the same bloody entity. They said, Real Madrid have made it clear to Vinícius Júnior's agents, we want him to stay. If he does not renew, sale. If he is not sold and does not renew, less play time. So if he threatens to stay, run down his contract, he will not play. Simple as that. So that was the supposed answer to Arsenal, willing to wait and to get him on the free, right? Then we had this. This is quite interesting. This just comes from a guy who is a sports commercials guy who talks generally about agencies and things like that. So from the sort of agency side of perspective, his name's Pedro Barino. And he's got some good, interesting stuff to say about this. He said, I imagine that Vinny's agency, Roc Nation, must have signaled to him that the transfer is a great option. Today, Vinny posts this in reference to them. And there's a picture of Vinny hugging. I'm not sure if that's actually Jay-Z. I don't know. Someone's got their back to him. It might be Jay-Z. And he's put Rock Family. So there's a picture of Vinny basically glazing his agent, saying Rock Family. And this particular chap, Pedro Barino, says, a sign of gratitude from the player for the support in negotiating renewal, but also of trust for the next step. So Vinny posting cryptic pictures of him and his agency. Interesting. It's going to get bigger. Then his actual agent, Alexis Malavolta, posted on Instagram a picture of Vinny and Bruno Guimarães at the World Cup, hugger mugger, arm in arm. Both are targets together, and Vini Jr.'s agent has posted a lovely picture of them together. Cryptic, no? Cryptic. So that was earlier on in the day. And then I'd done everything. I don't know if any of you noticed, but I'd done the show, did the prep, did the show description. Everything was ready to go. Posted the thumbnail. And then this dropped by Hand of Arsenal. He says, exclusive. Arsenal Football Club have personal terms agreed in principle with Vinícius Jr. Roc Nation will go armed into negotiations with Real Madrid and a monstrous offer from the English champions. Over to you, Vinícius Jr. And then he continues. The story is with at Mr. Arsenic TM. I clicked on Mr. Arsenic TM, and you have to be approved by them to see their tweets. And I wasn't, and I don't know what's been said. So I don't know what is furthermore on that. Hopefully, I'll get some sort of approval today. My approval is pending. Hand of Arsenal did continue. We fully expect Roc Nation to deny it, but we stand on our information. The ball is in Vini Jr.'s court. Okie dokie. Okay. So my thoughts on this, and as I'm sure yours are, is a couple of things, right? It is in Vinny's court. We've given him the big offer. Now, there will be talk, of course, of Vini using Arsenal to leverage a better offer from Madrid. Well, of course he would. Why wouldn't he? But now we have to start to think, is he tempted by this? Is this going to get it done? Because at the moment, as we know, Real Madrid are not improving their offer. They've said they're sticking to their guns. This is the biggest who's got the biggest Todger competition ever. Real Madrid are saying, nah, we got the biggest Todger, right? Vinny sat there going, no, you need to offer me, you need to match Mbappe. I've got the biggest Todger and you know it. And then Arsenal come in and go, no. Have you had a look at this Todger? And Vinny's gone, that is a pretty impressive Todger. And he's gone back to Real Madrid and said, have you seen the signs of Arsenal's Todger? What are you going to do about it? So it's to me, it's fascinating. There is a Mexican standoff going on. Now we have to work out if you can be bothered, or maybe you can't. Now we have to sit there and go, right, well, what's Vinny thinking then? If Real Madrid don't do a counter offer, because to me, it feels like Vinny probably wants to stay. You'd imagine he wants to stay. The culture, the fit, the history, the love of the club. Everyone loves Real Madrid that comes out of, South America. It all fits, right? It all makes sense. The Arsenal thing is the bigger risk, although it might be tempting. We'll come to that in a minute. But you have to be thinking that Vinny probably wants to stay. Now, my personal opinion is that actually Real Madrid could do a counter offer. They could go and go, it's not Mbappe money, but look, we love you here, Vinny. You're a great guy, Vinny. We love the haircut, we love the dancing, we love the whole package. How about this? And then maybe Vinny feels like he saves a bit of face. But at the moment, both of them are being really dogged and saying, no, Vinny will look bad if he signs and, he may feel that he'll look bad like he caved and signs for the original offer. Real Madrid, of course, they'll feel exactly the same thing. We're not caving to you. We're Real Madrid. And in the meantime, Arsenal are sat waiting. From a Roc Nation perspective, you'd have to think that a move for Vinny with renewed commercials, with another massive market, new advertising campaigns, all of that stuff that comes with it, it would be pretty much guaranteed that Roc Nation would make way more money from a move. It's financially beneficial for Roc Nation to have Vinny move. So you don't know how much they're sat there going, Vinny, look, you've had a great time at Real Madrid. You've won everything there is to win there. How about a fresh challenge? Get yourself over to London, new culture, a new market in Brazil awaits you if you transfer over. All of those Vinny fans, they're going to follow him. It might even create new Vinny fans by going somewhere different. I mean, it's massive. It's absolutely massive. So let us come to the chat. I want to know what you guys are saying. Here we go. So Patsy says, my other half was rubbishing Vinny yesterday, saying he wouldn't want him at Liverpool because of his attitude. Apparently he's an awful human. Haters gonna hate. I don't know about this. Look, yeah, I'm with you, Patsy. What do we know about him being an awful human? Not a great deal. A bit of a complainer on the pitch. Who isn't? He's star power, star quality. That's what you kind of expect. There was a little bit of talk about how he behaved about the Ballon d'Or. Okay, I could get on board with a little bit about that. He was a bit disappointed. Didn't cover himself and his team. They didn't cover themselves in glory, I don't think. But it wasn't the worst thing in the world. He was like, I deserve the Ballon d'Or. At some point, you have to let an ego into the dressing room if you want to go big, I think. It's no use having that ego and your, I don't know, Shamak. No offense, Shamak. Comes with the territory, right? Comes with the territory. But I don't know what people are chatting. I'd have him through the door any day of the week. Wildy says, be mad if Bruno doesn't happen now. Looks like he's eyeing up having Vinny for a teammate too. Ari Vinny, no way we get him free next year. It will be an absolute bun fight if he doesn't cost anything. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that would be where basically Man City would come in, wouldn't they? You'd almost think that Man City would certainly come in, or God knows, maybe in PSG. I don't know. I really, really don't know. Okay. Let's keep going. More in the chat. What are we saying? Okay. Andrew says Arsenal need to sort out other deals before this Vini saga is closed. Reason is if the Arsenal offer is made public, everyone will know how much Arsenal truly have to spend and inflate everything more. I see what you're saying. I would like to think that the industry standard common sense would be there's no way. I know what you're saying, Andrew, but I'd imagine that the whole industry. Let's say that the order goes like this: Arsenal sign Vini before they sign Bruno. Not likely, but let's just run this theory through. Yeah, Arsenal sign Vini, record fee, 150, 60, whatever, 70, signing on fee, mega wages. Right? They do all that. That becomes public. Are Newcastle anyone going to turn around and go, well, look what you just gave Vini? Yeah, look what you just gave Vini. Arsenal's responsibility. It's fucking Vini. It's like, no offense. It's the difference between signing, Bruno and Superman. No offense, Bruno. But that is just unique. It is a unique signing. I don't know. I take your point. You could be right. Andrew. You could be right. But I don't know. Wildy says there's some other factors here for Madrid. If they bend for Vini, Mbappe, and Jude's contracts are due for renewal next summer, and this would give them a massive headache if they cave to his demands. You're right, Wildy. You're absolutely right. I actually didn't think about this. Who was it who brought this up? Again, I listened to all the Arsenal podcasts. I think this was Jacob Hawley over on the AOP, on the Arsenal Opinion. And he brought that up. And it was something like, yes, well done, Jacob. Well done, Wildy. I'd completely forgotten about that. Jude's contract is also up. If they go big on Vini, they've got to do the whole thing again. And, what we're seeing from Real Madrid is they are pretty stringent about their wage structure now. They are pretty stringent. They can offer a lot, but they can't do it 3-4 times over. So, yes, another good factor. Bravo, Wildy. Lovely stuff. Okay. Atleti's really jumped in on the pulse here. He says, it's crazy Bowen wants to stay at West Ham. Yeah. I've never highly rated Bowen. I think he's a good player. He's definitely better than Championship, but yeah, fair play to him. Robin says Real Madrid invited a dragon into their castle and are refusing to supply gold. Their loss. Robin, are you really not sold on this Vini thing? Come on. I need to know about this. What's going on? I get the angle you're coming from. I get the sort of superstar ego thing. Would it not excite you that much? If we do it, and the whole argument about how it upsets the team balance and all that sort of stuff, would you really not be like, whoa, Arsenal, this takes us to a different level. This takes us to a much bigger level. This is kind of like when Neymar signed for PSG, except for it's without all the oil money and what that comes with it. This puts Arsenal further on the map. We are big, but we're not at the top. This would get us some way towards being the top. So well respected across the world. We're already growing. Loads of businesses want to do deals with us. We're the hottest football brand in the world right now. You get Vini, it says even more. It speaks volumes. All right. Okay, look, ruminate on that. We're going to do the Champions Countdown as we do every day. We'll do that. It's a good one. It's a really, really, really good one. Is it a good one? I can't remember. Yeah, it's a good one. It is a good one. I remember which one it is now. It's a good one. So we'll do the Champions Countdown. Get your big ass opinions in, and we'll come back to that. And here we go. Champions Countdown. Yeah. If you're new to the show and you don't know what the Champions Countdown is, there are 21 days to go. 21 days to go until the new season kicks off, and we are looking back at one of the games per day until the new season. One of the games from last season's title-winning season per day in the build-up to the new season. And we are currently on match week 19. And who remembers this? Arsenal 4, Aston Villa 1. Who remembers this, guys? Who remembers this? Here we go. So, What happened? So it's 4-1. It was a tense goalless first half. Watkins missed something of a sitter in the first half, healing one wide. Do you remember that? He just slightly healed it wide. I thought it was a guaranteed 1-0 start to them, which would have been really annoying. Arsenal exploded after the restart, though. Gabriel Magalhaes opened the scoring just 3 minutes into the second half. Martinez completely flopped at a corner, if you remember. Completely flopped at a Saka corner. Sometimes that footage gets used as like, this is an example of Arsenal being like really dirty. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. It wasn't at all. It was completely clean, and we got the goal from it. And then Zubimendi doubled the lead in the 52nd minute. It was a gorgeous through ball by Erdegaard. Steals the ball off Sancho in midfield, delivers a defense-splitting pass, finished with an effortless outside of the boot finish, touching to the bottom corner. It was a beautiful goal. Leandro Trossard smashed in the third in the 69th minute. It was a beautifully curled shot into the bottom corner who left Martinez just stranded, basically. He stood there. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous goal. I mean, I don't know if you remember this. Initially, it was ruled off for offside, but they went back. No offside. Thank you very much. 3-0. And then Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus came off the bench, scored immediately in the 78th minute. And it was his first goal since New Year's Day the previous year. So we'd waited a long time for it. Zubimendi was the architect. Zubimendi was shit hot at that point as well. He stole the ball off of Garcia, slips the ball into Trossard. Trossard crosses it. Gabriel Jesus, Bosch, 4-0. It was an absolute stunner. I remember this at the time because it kicked off, because Gyökeres wasn't having a good time. And it kicked off a conversation for about 3 or 4 weeks where people were like, I think it's Jesus who has to start. I think it's Jesus who has to start. Oh, that was funny. Then Raya did an absolute worldy save. I'm not sure if you recall, but Watkins had a shot. I think it hit the post and came across. McGinn only had to tap it in. Raya gets up and saves. It was one of the beautiful saves in his catalogue of last season that saved us so many points. An absolute stunning save. And then, of course, Watkins, he did get a goal. He grabbed a goal in stoppage time. But anyway, it didn't matter. We absolutely taught Villa a lesson. It ended Aston Villa's club record 11 match-winning streak. We ended top of the table on 45 points. At that point, we were 5 points clear of Man City. We'll come to that in a sec. They went on to draw on New Year's Day with Sunderland, so they cut the gap to 4. We were without Declan Rice in this game for the first time in the whole season. He didn't play. And yeah, it was good. We absolutely slapped him up. Man of the match was Gabriel, according to Arsenal. And the substitutes were Norgard came on the 73rd minute to grab like 17 minutes of his 59 minutes that he played last season. Obviously, Jesus came on the 77th for Jock, as did MLS come on for Big Gabby. And White came on for Timber and Noni for Saka in the 83rd. Let's have a look at what the lineup was there, just to go through it. It was Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Zubimendi, Marino, Erdegaard, Saka, Trossard, Gyökeres, and as previously discussed, it left us at the end of that game week 4 points above Manchester City, who were in second place, and we were top. Lovely stuff. It probably killed Aston Villa's very short-lived title talk hopes. And Liverpool at that point started to stabilise themselves. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a chuffity chuff? All right, let's do some big ass opinions. Apart from the 2 penalties you gave away, I thought that stuff was
way too dry.
Radio. Let's see what you guys have been saying in the chat. We have a newbie in the chat, and looks like he's slagging me off. Welcome to the chat, newbie. Welcome.
Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam.
Says yawn. Not exactly Tom Canton, Latte Firm, or Harry, are you? Nope. I have to say, I'm probably not. But thanks for the feedback, man. We'll try and work on it. Let me make a note here somewhere. Must do better. We'll give that a go. Been going 5 months. See where we are in, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. If I'm not booed out of the studio by then. But thank you for your chat, Jay. I appreciate that feedback. Here we go. Who else? Oh, Scott says, I fucking hate Martinez. Yeah, don't we all? And Robin says, I do hate Martinez as well. I hope he spills his cup of tea. What more? Oh, here we go. We've got a big ass opinion from Robin. It says, big ass opinion. I do rate Vinny. just being skeptical about the transfer. Yeah, I understand, man. I understand. It's a lot. It is a lot. And there's nothing to say that, even though we did get him, that he plays well. You know, he might have a nightmare. Okay. Chief at Ali Adier. I like this. It was on Twitter. He said the decision is firmly in Vini's hands, except a well below market offer from Madrid in which he doesn't control his own image rights or get a global superstar package at Arsenal. It will come down to how much Real Madrid mean to him. Cross your fingers, Arsenal fans. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. I mean, he's going to be, he'll be the main man, Vinny. You'll be the main man. Okie dokie. The football era at football era 0 says, saying it again, even if they don't end up signing Vinícius, brackets, they will end up signing him. The fact that Arsenal are giving Real Madrid sleepless nights over the future of their top 2 best player is an insane flex for Arsenal and a testament to how much of a European powerhouse they've become. No club has ever done this to Real Madrid. I think it's true. We are trying to F it with the big boys now. We are trying to mess with the big boys. Oh, we see one of your star players. Oh, you've not tied up the new contract? Well, look who's arrived. Arsenal. Rightio. I'll come back to you guys in a sec. Oh, and Lucas Bazcek, who does all the financial sort of story. He doesn't do it for Arsenal, but he's really, really good on the financial side of Arsenal. Very fascinating guy. Go and check him out. It's at Lou, L-U _ class, CLASS _ at Lou _ class _ So he says, AFC is growing. This transfer will act as a magnet, drawing fans of the Brazilian to follow the Gunners. Commercially, the club will attract global brands, while the player himself will retain his image rights. His arrival could provide a massive boost, much like Neymar's move to PSG did. It is true. There is a lot. It's not just the football. It's what it does to him commercially, the brand, the whole thing. Arsenal, it would be the biggest transfer. It would be, fingers crossed, the biggest transfer of Arsenal's history. No two ways about it. Let's come to you guys in the chat. Oh, we have a newbie in the chat.
Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam.
Yeah. At Woodpit, welcome to the chat. He says, I have a feeling he's coming. Woo. He continues, Woodpit. He says, exactly, why would he stay there with Mbappe? And also Bellingham is younger than him. Why stay? I think there's loads of reasons to stay, Woodpit. I just wonder if he's now starting to think, I'm not the main man, as I've said a few times now. There's a new opportunity, better money. We're offering a better package than what Real Madrid are. So will that be enough? There's the unknown quantity of Arsenal to Vinny, I'd imagine. Obviously, he knows us. He's played against us. He knows what we're all about. But the London thing, can't think of many times when Real Madrid players have been taken to the Premier League that weren't over the hill. Obviously, we got Ozil. Who else got prized away from Real Madrid to go to the Premier League? You can't say Casemiro. That was all done. So, yeah, it doesn't happen that often. Okay. Keep the chat coming, guys, because we have to pivot to dunk on some donuts.
Donuts. Donuts. Dunk on donuts!
Yeah, we're going to dunk on some donuts, and then we'll come back to the chat. I think we do have to talk about this. I kind of don't want to, but we do. So, Chelsea have been fined 10 million and given a suspended transfer ban following an investigation into 74 alleged breaches of the English Football Association's regulations. Blah, blah, right. They've just basically completely gotten away with it, right? This happened again. So if you're not familiar, let me go through it, and then we'll just have a little summary of it. Chelsea admitted to 74 breaches of FA rules yesterday, third-party player investment, agent registrations, and working with unlicensed intermediaries. I mean, they've just absolutely been doing all the dodgy stuff behind closed doors. These go back to 2022, self-reported by Bowley and Clearlake right after they bought the club. The original punishment is 10 million fine plus a 6-point deduction, but that's been suspended. Why? So they haven't got a points deduction for it. So Chelsea appealed. The points penalty went. It got completely thrown out. It got replaced with a suspended transfer ban through 2027. Basically, it's just a slap. It's just a slap on the wrist. The £10 million stays. The fine stays. It's going to go to grassroots football, apparently. Great. I'm sure that really, really helps. This is the second time this year that they've settled. Already did a deal with the Premier League on the same era of breaches, basically. So it's not a one-off. It's their third strike. So in 2023, UEFA fined Chelsea 10 million euros for self-reported breaches dating back to 2012. And then March of this year, as we remember, the Premier League fined them for 10.75 million, over 47 million pounds worth in undisclosed payments to players and unregistered agents between 2011 and 2018. But this is how it goes every time. Self-reported, fully corroborated, exceptional transparency. Also every time, avoid the punishment that actually hurts. Now, in the meantime, Everton, Forest, Leicester, they'll be fuming. They got points deductions for far less cheating than this. They didn't even, in Everton's case, they just fucked up their budget. They literally just fucked up their budget. It doesn't appear that there was, as far as I can see, it doesn't appear that they actually did any cheating. Everton will be fuming. So what sort of precedent does this set? Specifically when it comes to the Man City stuff, what sort of precedent does this set? The incentive is to cheat now. The incentive is to cheat, because if all you get is a £10 million fine, which is a drop in the ocean compared to the riches that Chelsea have, the trophies that they've won, the way they've been able to grow Chelsea as a football club because of that success, because of they cheated, and then what did it cost them? All in all, with UEFA, FA, Premier League, it's cost them 30 million. That's it. So the incentive is there. If you're not going to find them points, if you're not going to do anything that actually restricts the club or hurts the club, it's nothing. It's just a complete payout. And as for Chelsea, you're out of the conversation. You are out of the conversation. There can be no talk about the success that you've had because you cheated your way there, right? You had no history before the Abramovich era. Now you still have no history. You cheated. Okay. Let's do the instant karma take of the day and I'll come back to chat.
Instant karma take of the day.
I can't believe I'm giving these guys a plug. Well, it's not a plug. I don't agree with them as a company, but they are fucking funny. Paddy Power, at Paddy Power, said, following Chelsea's 74 alleged breaches of FA regulations, Everton have been docked 10 points. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Right, let's come back to the chat, shall we? Let me go with... Let's have a look, see what he's saying. Let's have a look, see what he's saying, guys. Here we go. Woodpit has been welcomed. Lovely stuff. Hey! Hey, Ali Kalon. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam.
Ali, let me know if I've got your name wrong. Please do, guys, in the chat. Do let me know if I've got your name wrong, because I don't want to mess that up. I take that quite personally if I get people's names wrong. So please do let me know. Spell it out phonetically, but I'll call you Ali if that's okay. Ali Kalon, P70, says, welcome back to Arsenal. New Sin players. What does new Sin players mean? New Sin players? Have I missed something? Is that some sort of phrase I should probably know a bit better? Apologies. But yeah, welcome to you, sir. Thank you for joining. Yofta is here. I'm not sure if Yofta you've been before. Have you been before? Welcome to the chat. He says Arsenal is his place. Good for him and also for the team. I'm with you all the way. And another newbie in the chat. We say hello to George Ashkar. Says think about it. He says think about it. Vini Jr, Gabriel, Bruno. We're going to have the whole of Brazil as Arsenal fans. I agree. I think that would have a knock-on effect for the way that Brazil play as well. These little pockets of teams, like the whole Barcelona and Real Madrid teams, basically made up Spain. If you get these pockets of players of relationships that understand each other, then you just got to put another pocket of players of relationships that understand each other. And you just got to go, and then before you know it, Brazil might be good again. Yeah. Yes, welcome, Yotta. Thanks for getting involved. And Wildy says, yeah, no point discussing this Chelsea rubbish. It's not a slap on the wrist. This punishment doesn't. Is more of like a cheeky tap with a feather duster. It is. Football is increasingly a game where cheats prosper, says Wildy. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's like a, oh, you, little feather duster. Oh, you naughty. Oh, don't be naughty. Oh, jokes. Absolute jokes. Right, we have someone. Robin has brought my attention to Jar Jar. Where's Jar Jar 83? Let me scroll up. What am I doing here? Let me get that going. Where's Jar Jar? Jar Jar. Welcome, Jar Jar. Where are you, Jar Jar? I haven't seen that. Where have I missed Jar Jar? Where's Jar Jar? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry I've missed. Wildy's got a big ass opinion as well. I'll do that. Ah, Jar Jar, he says, there we go. Jar Jar, found you.
To the chat. Now say something, fam.
Oh, thanks, Jar Jar. He says, new here. I think this show's great. Come on, you Gunners. Oh, thanks, Jar Jar. Do you know what? You know what? I was reeling a little bit from, was it Jay Seal? Saying that I'm not as good as Tom Canton and Harry and Latte Firm. Oh, man, I was about to pack the whole thing up. Call it quits. There can't be room for another Arsenal podcast. By the way, I love those guys. I listen to all their podcasts. But you've come in here and said, I think this show's great. And now I feel great. Thank you, Jar Jar. Welcome. What's on your mind? Wildy had a big ass opinion. He said, it now makes more sense for Vinny to move than to stay at Real Madrid. He'll never be the biggest dog in the park. I think that matters to him, and I'm in agreement. He might just be like, I can't leave this whole thing. The whole Real Madrid South American contingency is huge. It is big. I don't know, but he has won it all with them. He has won it all. Yeah. Okay. Ah, George, thank you. Says this show's great. First time listening, all the way from Dallas, Texas. Whoa, I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love my local boys and girls. I love all the locals, but I do love to know if you're watching from abroad. Please let me know where you're watching because that fills my heart with joy. I absolutely adore that. What's the time in Dallas, Texas, my friend? George, hit me up. What time is it? And what you got planned for today? What time is it? You must be like 5 hours behind. What time is it there? What you got planned for your Saturday? Let us know. Let us know. Okay, guys, I do have one more segment. I'd like you to stick around because it has some Arsenal relevance to it. I've dropped it to the bottom of the list because obviously there was big news today. I've got one more segment. I do want to go over this. I kind of want to know your opinions. We won't dwell on it too much, but it does mean us, unfortunately, revisiting World Cup watch. All right? Revisiting World Cup watch. Why? Okay, let's go through it. So on Tuesday, reports broke that Gianni Infantino, had been quietly working to sell off 20% of the World Cup's commercial rights, right, to private investors. The lead backer was a Kushner, Joshua Kushner, Jared's brother, connected to the Trumps. I'm not a political man, really, but fuck that shit, right? Thursday, UEFA said if it went through, they would boycott FIFA competitions, including the World Cup itself. CONCACAF voted it down. The Asian Football Federation joined them. So that was 3 confederations. This was by Friday. This is by yesterday morning. Then the same day, Infantino's own senior advisor, Carlos Cordeiro, resigned publicly. He called it a bad deal for football. He said FIFA was sitting on billions already. They don't need to sell, which is true. This is a non-profit organization sat on billions of dollars. FIFA's response to it all, oh, nobody's selling football. It's all cool. What are you panicked about? But then they did eventually last night concede. The chief bellhand himself, he did concede. He put out a statement saying, moving forward, what did he say? What's the key bit of information here? Having listened carefully to all the views, it has become clear that the project has created divisions of a nature that, regardless of the level of support, are no longer in interest of the objectives set out in the first place. They've ditched it, right? He's embarrassed himself. He has to go. Gianni Infantino has to go. But I did have a little question. I did have a little bit of question about this because Arsene Wenger was getting some flack. Now, I have to say, I don't know what's happened here with Arsene Wenger. And I love the man. Possibly my favorite person around football of all time, for reasons that you would all know, for what he's done for the club, for the football, for the success that we had under him. But he is their chief of global football development. He didn't say anything during this. It's a bit of a worry to me. I mean, this is a man who did say once, the moral values I've learned in my life, I've learned through football. Those values were very close to being sold for billions and billions of dollars plus £1, Arsene. And I'd like to try and give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was gagged by a non-disclosure agreement. That's quite a difficult thing. He's muzzled by it. Maybe working away quietly in the background. He was never a press conference brawler. Maybe he was fighting this in the room, not in the headlines, that sort of thing. Maybe it's not his lane to get involved. His job was coaching, youth pathways, IFAB. It's not the commercial side of things. It's maybe not really his involvement. But I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed. It'd be interesting to hear from him going forward. But it's just awesome. We know you got the morals. We know you know what's going on. Come on. Step forward next time. Let's go back to you guys and then we will wrap it up today. And I have to say, thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it. Hey, here we go. A newbie in the chat. I think
Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam.
I'm not sure if you've been here before. Kirtan Shetty. Have you been before, Kirtan? Says, when will we get Here We Go for Bruno G? When will we get that? I don't know. My prediction is he's not going to fly to La Manga in Newcastle. That'll be my prediction. I reckon he'll be in London by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It'll be the Here We Go, probably from Romano Ornstein. And then the club won't officially announce it for about 4 weeks. Was it Wildy or G-Dog yesterday was saying, we just don't announce this for ages. And by the end of it, we just have a wry smile and go, yeah, we know that. We know who signed. What's next? What's next? Anyway, George has updated us. George from Dallas, Texas says it's 3:40 a.m. Wow. That's amazing. What are you doing up that early / late? Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, cool. He says he used to live in London, been an Arsenal fan since 1996. Oh, this is lovely. Isn't this lovely? Right. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to call it, aren't we? I think we should call it. Yeah, Robin says Wenger should get out while he can. Yeah. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oh, yeah. Wildy says this World Cup selling nonsense shouldn't be a surprise to anyone at all. It's sad seeing Arsene being implicated by association with FIFA. It is. He's really tarnishing his legacy. I agree. He needs to get out or speak up. He really does. I mean, it didn't help with that whole World Cup every 2 years thing either, did it? All right, guys. I think that's it. We've gone long today. I did say it'd be a bumper edition. It's 46 minutes. I don't know if that's a record, but we have gone long. And I have to say thank you, everyone, for getting involved. I really, really appreciate it. Please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe. Obviously, we'd really appreciate that. If you like the show, that's the best way you can say, hey, we like your show, so like the show. It's really, really nice of you. We have the podcast version. I'll release that in about 20 minutes every day after the show. So the podcast goes up almost immediately afterwards. So if you can't join a live show, you can listen to it on the go, or you can obviously watch it back later on YouTube if you like. The socials are on the screen if you want to see some other bits of content. I'm putting out some little bits of videos here and there where I can. But yeah, have a wonderful Saturday. I will be doom scrolling or joy scrolling for any individual Vini update. I'll be looking for anything. Vini Jr. just liked a picture of Win the Dog. Whoa! So yeah, let's see what happens. That's it. Thank you for joining, everyone. Leaves me to thank, I'll put the newbies in: Woodpit, Andrew, George, Kirtan, Yofta, Woodpit, Robin, Andrew, of course, Wildy, G-Dog, Scud, Patsy, Atleti. I'll even say thanks to the guy that slagged me off, Jay Seal. Thank you very much. Have a brilliant weekend, everyone. Get your ass in gear. See you tomorrow.
Lizzo and subscribe.